the John Cena heel turn. What could have been at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas? Now that Mania season is over, looking back on the 6 weeks that WWE had to build up Big Match Johnny's big character change to a bad guy, it's hard not to look at anything as anything but a flop in the eyes of many. Many are calling it that, yeah. We aren't calling this heel turn by Jonathan Cena as a whole a flop because he's still got 8 months left on his big, much-advertised farewell tour of in-ring competition, which will wrap up at the end of the calendar year of 2025. The twist of Cena, a beloved figure, being a villain is a risky one when you objectively pull back and look at it. However, in the lead-up to WrestleMania 41 specifically, that WWE completely may have butchered what should have been one of the moments of the wrestling century. So how exactly did that happen? How did WWE pull off a moment of the year, possibly the moment of the decade, for some of it to be squandered within a few weeks?
Stiff words from Sportskeeda Wrestling, but they are kind of echoing the sentiments that a lot of people are saying online. A lot of people think that this John Cena heel turn and the run that he's had since the turn has all just kind of been a great big pile of shit on the floor. Now, is the John Cena heel turn and the whole thing with his whole run for his last year in professional wrestling been a failure? Kind of, yeah. In my opinion, I think so. Now, let me get this out of the way. I'm a giant John Cena mark, so this is no hate on John Cena. Though I was absolutely one of those people that was hating on John Cena in the 2010s because had you been a wrestling fan at that time, all you got was John Cena wins, LOL. Every pay-per-view ended with John Cena winning. He was Super Cena. He was fucking unbeatable, and the fans rejected it. And he was the goody two-shoes, white meat baby face. He was Superman and Captain America, but a less cooler version of each. And the fans really hated it. Not the little kids, not the girls. They loved their Cena. But the dudes like me weren't having it. But I've come around on John Cena. He's earned my respect over the years. And I was absolutely one of the people hoping that he would be the one that got that number 17, beating Ric Flair's record. And I even have tickets to one of his last announced appearances, which was damn near sold out at the time I went to go buy tickets. So clearly I'm not the only one. But that doesn't mean that this run has been successful for him. So where did it go wrong? Why has it been a failure? Box office wise, has it been a failure? I don't think so. It doesn't appear that it has been. So you can't really say financially he's a failure at his heel turn. But the fans do seem to overall feel like we're missing a little something here. Like it just doesn't quite hit the way we wanted it to hit. Now, for me, I thought the heel turn itself was pretty damn good. You know, the conversation that was being had at the time was, does this compare to when Hulk Hogan joined the NWO? And though no, I don't think it quite hit that point. You know, that was something completely different. You know, that was next level. That was shit that we're still talking about 30 years later. It changed the business. John Cena's heel turn didn't change the business, but maybe it could have. So let's take a look at where it might have gone wrong here. I think one of the first missteps was John Cena not coming out and cutting the promo the night after Elimination Chamber. He had a scheduling thing. He's a big movie star nowadays. He's probably filming for Peacemaker, which is coming out at the end of August here. So I'm definitely excited for that. Going to be watching that. But still, you know, like if they were going to do this and pull the trigger on a turn, maybe, you know, they should have had the foresight to, you know, book him for the next night on Raw. I think that's what people wanted to see. They were eagerly anticipating what John Cena would have to say. What do you got to say for yourself, John, you bastard? but we didn't get it for weeks. Then, when we finally did get it, I thought his promo shit the bed. Now, I see a lot of people out there when that first promo aired going, oh my God, this is great, and blah, blah, blah. I thought it was dog shit. It was not what I wanted to hear from John Cena at all. First, there was zero reference to The Rock. Why did I sell out to The Rock? Why did I did it for The Rock? Well, I don't know. Why did he did it for The Rock? We don't know. We still don't know why he did it for The Rock. I would have liked to hear John Cena admit that he knows he doesn't have what it takes anymore to get it done in the ring, so he needed to fall back on The Rock, which was clearly what happened, but we didn't get that. Instead, we got the tried and true heel turn, generic paint by numbers. The fans, screw you fans. You fans were always mean to me, so now I'm going to be mean to you. I hated that. Hated it. Stupid. Secondly, another thing that was a problem with John Cena's heel turn, and that promo specifically, and everything since, he hasn't changed. We do not get a new version of John Cena. Yes, he has done it, he's more heelish in the ring now. He does the low blow gimmick. He walks down the aisle. I'm going to walk out of it. Screw you. I'm done with this. I'm taking my ball and going home stuff. But in the entrance, I think that's cool too, because he's got the screen's just plain. There's no pizzazz to it or anything like that. But other than that, we still get the cartoon, colorful gimmick shirts for every single town. We still get the do-do-do-do. We still get that, which is a fine tune, by the way. That in itself doesn't bother me, but the fact that Cena didn't change his style, and I get what he's doing here. Don't say it's lost on me just because you know about it. Shut up. I get what he's doing. You want me to change, thus I'm not going to change shit. Fuck you. That's the heel he's trying to play. I'm going to ruin wrestling for you. Everything that you want from me, I'm not going to give it to you to piss in your Cheerios and be a bad guy. I get that. I think that might have worked better when he had more of a run to go, like back when Chris Jericho, he always talks about it, I wanted to be completely different, I started talking really low and wearing suits, and I wore the short trunks, and I didn't want t-shirts and all of that shit. He wanted to actively take away from the fans. I want to give you nothing, no redeeming qualities at all. So I get the concept of that, but being that it's John Cena's final run here, I think we should have got what we all actually wanted to see from John Cena, and that was this.
Give it up for John Cena!
This is such good shit.
Right? That's what we wanted. That's what I wanted, at least. I know I'm not alone in that. Maybe some people wanted the exact same John Cena, just with grouchy face. And by the way, the grouchy face thing, that's not working either. My girlfriend, she's not a wrestling fan, doesn't know shit about wrestling, but I force her against her will to watch it, which a lot of you wrestling sweaties know what I'm talking about there, right? We all got the girlfriend that doesn't really like wrestling, but will watch it to humor us, and they pretend to care and stuff. So anyway, but she's watching, I'm like, you got to see this John Cena heel turn thing. She's like, and she knows John Cena as a celebrity and an actor and a famous person. And she's like, I don't buy it. It doesn't look like him, right? And even the promo that he cut out on Raw when he finally did do his heel turn, she's like, it's kind of a weak sauce excuse. I wanted cool heel John Cena. I wanted NWO John Cena. Not literally NWO John Cena, but what is wrong with having the cool heel at the end of his career? I get it. We're all sweaty. We've heard the interviews and stuff. Everybody's like, yeah, the cool heel. blah, 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 but they're not really people are scared to be actual heels nowadays. And I get that. I get the effort. I understand John wants to hurt wrestling. He wants to make wrestling not fun anymore. He wants to take away our birthdays and shit. And being a cool heel, changing his look, getting cool music, wearing all black, changing the gear, whatever the fuck would be what we want. And so fuck us for wanting that. I get that, but it's not as eventful. It's not as entertaining. It's not as exciting to see, which is why I think, like I said, it would have worked perfectly had John turned heel 10 years ago, but on his last farewell tour, just give us cool John Cena. I want to see him coming out and shredding people again instead of his fucking sourpuss face just being stale with people. It's fun what he does with the ring announcer. I think that's fun, but I've also seen that before too. But let's get him talking smack on the mic a little bit, have him dunking on people, talking a little trash like he did back in the rapper days again. Let's have him, Travis Scott, and The Rock as a new faction beating the fuck out of people. Right? Dropping people backstage and spray painting on them. Maybe not the spray paint, but you get the point. That general vibe of the NWO. They cause chaos. They're doing the takeover. They're beating up jobber good guys. That's what I want to see out of John Cena. And have him come out and cut promos that bury the good guys and stuff and put him over as the cool guy. And then everybody in the crowd still cheers him and pops when Cena comes. It's fine. For his farewell last couple months, I don't give a shit about being a true-to-life heel and getting real heat, brother. Just fucking give us what we want to see. Just entertain us. Give us cool John Cena, but bad guy John Cena. Give us John Cena with an edge. An NWO-esque John Cena. That's what I want. That's what I always wanted to see. And then you got Travis Scott. A lot of people hate Travis Scott and his involvement. But I've been a strong contender for, a strong advocate for the use of Travis Scott. I compare him to a modern day Dennis Rodman in a lot of ways. And I always tout the immense star power that I don't think wrestling fans actually understand just how famous and popular Travis Scott is and how that only helps the business. But I think that might have hurt the heel turn a little bit too, just because people don't like Travis Scott. And certainly they fucked up at WrestleMania. Having Travis Scott come out, but not The Rock. Then we got The Rock's bullshit excuse as to why, I just wanted to run on its own. No! You did the thing. It's your fucking, you mastermind this. Suddenly you're just a casual observer of John Cena's all on his own heel turn. That's not what happened here. The Rock fucked this up for John just as much as everything else. The Rock not wanting to be a part of this all of a sudden. If he wasn't going to have the time or didn't really care enough to be involved in this, then he should have never been involved in this. But since he was, that's what I want to see. Let's see the cool bad guy. We saw The Rock beating up Cody Rhodes out back and bloodying him up and stuff. Why can't we have John Cena and Travis Scott with him doing that shit too? Well, John being the champ. It doesn't make sense. It's like they had a half-cocked, half-ass idea and then they went a different way with it immediately. The thing and the I'm gonna take your soul, Cody, and all that. None of that means fuck all. Now all of a sudden it's just John Cena. He has a toxic relationship with the fans. It just doesn't work. Though John Cena, like I said, I have the most respect for John Cena in the world. I have come around to being one of his biggest supporters. I buy ticket. I've literally, I take my money. I'm showing my support with my money for John Cena. But they could have did this so much better. And yes, there's still time to fix it, but I don't know that we're going to get there. John Cena's not being funny and cocky and smart-assed and burying people. He's being stoic and grouchy and mean. And it does come off disingenuous for John. It is hard to believe. It is fakey. You know, John's much more believable if he's going to be a bad guy as a shit talker. All of it doesn't work. It's not working. It's not failing necessarily. Like, it's not killing the business. I think people still want to see John Cena. I still think people want to see what happens next and all of that stuff. But there's been some serious missteps here. The toxic relationship with the fans, the wearing the same gear, the same music, the not having The Rock, the Travis Scott, whether you like him or not, like all of this fucked up this heel turn to a certain extent, to the point where it's okay. It's just not what it could have been, and that's disappointing. But I'd love to know your thoughts. Let me know down in those comments below. Are you a John Cena hater? Do you hate what they're doing with him now? Do you love what they're doing with him right now? Do you think everything's hunky-dory and this is exactly what they should be doing with John? Let me know all of it down in those comments below. While you're there, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button. Peace, love, and pizza. I am your boy, Seth Grimes, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Let me tell you something, brother. Thanks for watching the video. Check out more great clips by hitting that subscribe button, dude. And while you're there, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to say your prayers and eat your vitamins, brother.